Hi, today is August 15th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1315 for the year, Beethoven. I was in Central Park minding my own business, and suddenly there was Beethoven, looking at me like I killed his mother, looking at me like he was saying, I know what you did, or even worse, looking at me like I know what you're doing, and you had better fucking stop. When Beethoven curses at you and gives you that fuck you stare, that shit can take you down a peg. Beethoven maybe knows that I struggled to comprehend his late string quartets, and so far I have failed. But he should also know that a lot of his other shit blows me away. He may know that, but he may not care. I don't know what I did, but Beethoven was really mad at me the other day. Poem number 1316, Avalanche of Scones. It's inspired by Izzy, Bendik, and Captain Ronzo and Heide, and I think it's a song. What are those mysterious stones? It's an What are those mysterious tones? It's an avalanche of scones, so stale and hard they will crush your bones. Look out for the avalanche of scones. Louder than the loudest orgasmic moans, louder than the Sasquatch when it groans. Avalanche of scones, old and stale, they will crush your bones. Look out for the avalanche of scones. Louder than a symphony of telephones, or a single chihuahua with 1,000,000 clones, or 100 billion slide trombones. Avalanche of scones. Hard as rocks, they will crush your bones. Look out for the avalanche of scones. World War III, giant ice cream cones, old and stale and hard as stones. Avalanche of scones. I hope they do not crush my bones. Avalanche of scones. And the next poem is poem number 1317, Avalanche of Stones. As I left Joe Bendik's open, I saw Captain Ronzo. As I left Joe Bendik's open last night, I saw Captain Ronzo, and I told him that Joe's daughter gave me an idea for a poem. It was based on a misunderstanding on the title of one of the songs Captain Ronzo played with Heide last night, called Avalanche of Skulls. I told him that Izzy Bendik thought it was Avalanche of Scones, and he said, Avalanche of Stones? And I said scones, and then I added that Avalanche of Stones wasn't bad either, except now that I think about it, it's not actually good. So if you catch me writing a poem called Avalanche of Stones, please do whatever it takes to stop me. Poem number 1318, My Greatest Fan. My greatest fan is actually the only fan I ever had. It's an oscillating fan made by a company called Lasco. I got it at PC Richards shortly after I got the air conditioners last summer when I moved here. I'm not saying it's the greatest fan ever. There are probably hundreds or thousands of better fans. This one was moderately priced and has served me well. And I'm not saying it's my biggest fan. I don't know who my biggest fan is, but I know several people who act like they're my biggest fan, and maybe one of them is, but none of them are my greatest fan. None of them is? Not one of them is my greatest fan. My greatest fan oscillates. And last poem of the day, poem number 1319, Georgia. I went to bed last night with Georgia on my mind. I should have gone to bed earlier. I have a lot going on today, but I stayed up until the indictment came down. Thank you, Georgia. I've always thought you were our best hope. Here you are. Of course, you're going to have to get in line. Your indictment is not the first or the second or the third, but it's the one that I think is most likely to send that treasonous shit-stain to prison. And although I like to think I'm not a terribly vindictive person, I would like to see that piece of shit in prison. And last night, Georgia moved him closer to it than he has ever been. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.